And welcome. We're officially back for the 2024-2025 NBA season. The Warriors just played their first game of the season against the Portland Trailblazers. I woke up at 4 a.m. for it, and I'm really happy because I have not felt energized like that in a minute, which is crazy because I've been really tired a lot lately, and I've been sleeping well, everything, and now today I just sleep like 4 to 5 hours, and I feel the spryest I felt in probably a month or so. So, shout out to the Warriors for that, I guess. Anyway, let's talk about it. We dominated Portland, we absolutely blasted them, won by 35 points, which is the largest victory on opening night for a Warriors team ever. And not everything went perfectly, but it was about as clean of a game as you needed, and that's obviously what matters the most. Let's talk about some of the points I have here. First and foremost, let's start with the starting lineup that I don't have written down in my marks, but we started Steph at the point guard position, and he had 10 assists and played actually as a point guard, besides 2 dumb turnovers, which were just kind of hilarious back-to-back turnovers in the third quarter, where we were starting to pull away, and Steph wanted to get a little fancy with it, wanted to get a little Magic Johnson with it. So really good point guard game from Steph. And we started the Wiggins, Kuminga, shooting guard small forward combo. And obviously Draymond at the power forward spot, Trayce at the center. So Draymond next to a center always makes more sense, and defensively he was sensational, especially in that third quarter where we pulled away. But let's talk about the biggest negative of that, which was Jonathan Kuminga. He was just 3 of 9 from the field, which, I mean, bad shooting nights happen, but the bigger problem was that he just looked out of place out there. He looked fucking lost, weird energy coming out from him, really bad, decision making. Defensively, he was truly not great, and, Steph, Draymond, and others really had to cover his ass a lot. Even Steph, who actually had a really good defensive game, I would say. So that was a really bad game for Kuminga, especially to start us off, in this new lineup, and headed, of course, into the season that he needs to play well for a great contract. So maybe it was just nerves, but it was very painful. It was very painful from him, and hopefully, I mean, it can't get much worse than this. It was one of the worst halves of basketball Kuminga might have played ever, and Steve Kerr, thankfully, didn't force him out there and let him also come out there a little later in the fourth quarter when the game was already won, to just get him some time on the court, and I think he'll be fine, and I think this lineup will be fine. We saw some of the potential of this starting lineup in the third quarter, where they were just able to really play the passing lanes well, use their size and length on those wing spots, and, get on the, fast break, get some easy buckets, play with, like I said, really great pace. We played, really fast in the half court, and which obviously led to some really great layups, some traditional, Warriors pick and roll, with Steph, of course, getting a screen from Draymond or Trayce, and those, playing the roll man perfectly, whether that was getting a pass to Kuminga in the dunker spot, getting a pass to Wiggins, Trayce, a really underrated passer. Even though he had just 2 assists tonight, Kuminga failed him a lot of the times on those rolls, and Trayce will be really fine, and he had a really good game today. Made Donovan Clingan look foolish out there in the fourth quarter, which was hilarious, and I did not see coming. And this lineup will probably get better and better, and if not, we thankfully have a lot of players that can come in, and, if Kuminga was to come off the bench, Buddy Hield can start, DeAnthony Melton can start, maybe Podziemski can start. But we have options. Even Moody can start, actually. We have options, which is obviously always nice and huge. Let's also talk about Andrew Wiggins, who looked as spry as I've seen him in a long time. And it feels like, some type of burden has been lifted off him. Or not sure if burden is the right word, but he feels just a lot more locked in, a lot more lighter, and just a lot more happier out there. He looked really good, hit 4 3-pointers today, which is huge if he's gonna be back to 2022 form, especially from the 3-point line. Defensively looked solid. You just want a little more from him rebounding wise, but he played just 23 minutes also. You would like those rebounds to be at least at about 6 to 7 rebounds per game. And I mean, he talked about, never being this bad of a rebounder again after the finals, where he averaged, 13 rebounds per game in that final series against Boston in 2022. And I mean, this has just not happened, compartmentalized. But yeah, we'll have to monitor that with him and Kuminga both. That's going to be obviously huge for this lineup also, if they are truly able to rebound well. But so far, so good with Wiggins, and hopefully he can stay consistent this season and just have a more, even a better luck when it comes to off the court stuff and everything, because we know that he's been through a lot, and life just happens sometimes, right? So I just wish him the best nonetheless, and it's obviously great for us if he plays well, but I mean, if shit happens, man, that's just life. We also have to talk about the 12-man rotation. We'll be probably rolling with 12 people in the rotation for the foreseeable future, because, I mean, it's hard to justify leaving anyone out, because, I mean, Moody has played well. He had a really good offensive game tonight, especially in that fourth quarter where he could just, let it fly. But he played really solidly and well, besides the fouls in the second quarter. Kyle Anderson is a great fit. He just filled the stat sheet, brought actually good vibes out there. It feels like everyone likes to play with Kyle Anderson, and he seems like a really funny guy out there, and did a little bit of everything in his 15 minutes. DeAnthony Melton plays really good defense, had 3 steals in his 19 minutes. Even though he didn't shoot the ball as well, I think he really is a good shot creator. He can handle the ball fairly well. He had just, 1 turnover to 4 assists, which is nice, and he is a really great player all around, or a good player. Kevon Looney is a really good player, and he looks better and better, even though, once again, he didn't score, but he did a lot of other things, and he looks more healthy, he moves better, so it's hard to justify not playing him. Podziemski, while he, offensively, really disappointing tonight. He doesn't want to take that mid-range, is not confident in that floater anymore, which makes sense. I've talked about it when we talked about the preseason games. But he certainly deserves playing time. He was the best plus-minus, which, I mean, doesn't mean everything, but he still is a really good player, and we know his rebounding and, just energy, and he once again forced, 3 charges, it felt like. GP2, obviously, was a guy I talked about maybe not getting playing time, but he today looked as good as I've seen him, as spry as I've seen him defensively, offensively. He looked really great tonight, so it's hard to justify also him, being benched. And Buddy Hield played 15 minutes, had 22 points and 5 rebounds, and shot lights out. So, and he seems like a perfect fit, which is my next point. 6th man of the year candidacy probably will be there for him, because, I mean, the sets are huge, the fit is perfect, and hopefully this isn't just a honeymoon phase, which, I mean, it could be, it very well could be, but that's, of course, still a good thing, nonetheless. Then Draymond got a tag in the second quarter, which was funny. Yeah, good season preview for Draymond, who couldn't keep his handle against one of the worst teams in the league, probably, which will it be. But it is what it is, right? At least in the third quarter, like I said, he helped with the defense, he helped push the pace, which was huge. And like I said, the vibes are huge. The vibes are actually great. This team actually feels like they like each other. Kuminga is the only one, in a weird spot here because of the contract and everything, and because of how he played tonight, but I think that will be fine. Even, the garbage time, obviously the garbage time minutes were full of vibes. Shout out to Guy Santos and Lindy Waters. Lindy had some funny, interactions with Steph out there, which was huge. And that's awesome. But I'm also sad for Portland, because I feel like, I don't know how much about their GM and ownership, but I don't like Chauncey Billups as their head coach. I just don't. I don't think he has shown you anything in his stints to justify him still being there and, maybe hampering with your young guys. Scoot at least, played really well in the garbage time minutes, got 28 minutes. He needs all the reps. He just needs to play, and it's good that he did today. And yeah, Donovan Clingan played just not enough. He had some bright moments. He also fell on his body badly, so maybe that's why he didn't play the whole fourth quarter, for example. But it also felt weird that he didn't get out there a little more, at least for garbage time. But it is what it is, I guess, for them. Around the league, shout out to Orlando, baby. Orlando agenda, Paolo looking great. Destroyed the Heat, who are just, readjusting a little bit, it feels like. Harden, hilarious, missing that free throw, but a funny game between them and the Suns. Great overtime game. KD hit that insane shot, which was awesome. And shout out to LaMelo and Trae Young hooping. They were great. Both got their first wins. Charlotte upsetting Houston, which was huge. And just like that, we're back. So thank you all for listening, thank you all for watching, and I'll be back on Friday with us playing against the Utah Jazz. I'm pretty sure we're playing against the Utah Jazz, which is actually Saturday, but I'll probably do something before then. Anyway, thank you all, bye.